everybody from YouTube. I've had this idea for a while that I wanted to watch high elo players or just popular players, pro players, anything, and watch the gameplay, analyze it, and comment on it and give my own thoughts. So first of all, we're gonna start the series by watching RF Legendary. He's gonna be the first one. In this game, he's playing Kayle. He's against the Shen. On his team, he got the support of his Siswani. The rest are not that important for top lane right now. Then you have he's against the Kha'Zix, right? Which means Kha'Zix is a bit of a better ganker, I think, because he does a bit more damage. But it's roughly even. They're both pretty good at ganking top. There's some junglers that are completely useless, but these are both pretty good. Now, one thing you have to note if you're playing a top lane, especially against the Shen, is how is the bot lane? Mid lane, not so important still. Bot lane is going to be important for the teleport plays. You're not going to use them early on most of the time, but if you do, you still want to know. Savaru, Syra versus an Ashe and a Lulu. It's definitely possible to TP gank these guys. A lot of kill pressure down here. It's probably easier for the Ashe lane to kill, and it's going to be difficult to kill pre-6. It is possible if Syra gets a really good root, but most likely he doesn't have to focus on bot lane pre-6. After 6, however, it's going to be a very hard kill lane, so maybe he wants to focus a lot of his attention on that one. RF Legendary starts up a Helming's jungler, pretty standard, it's very good. The item he starts with is Doran's Blade versus a Doran's Shield. I think Doran's Blade is good, but it's the aggressive option. You can also take the defensive option. Arflin have already said he wants to play aggressive, he wants to be in Shen's face, so I want to see him do that. That's the items he got. The problem with this that I could see is the fact that Siswani started topside, which means you want to be aggressive, but your jungler's not going to be around. Luckily, he knows that Kha'Zix isn't around as well. He saw that because the Shen pulled, so he knows. Let's just watch this out on the map. But yeah, he knows where Kha'Zix is, or at least he should. He's just going to be playing passive here, just farming. There's no reason to really push the early lanes. Even if you want to play aggressive, you don't want to push the first lane, because this doesn't give you anything. It does a really nice dodge in the E-Shen. And then he does a lot of damage in Shen. That's very nice. I liked it a lot, actually. Normally, a Shen would never jump in like that. There's no point of Shen going in. He doesn't get anything. Unless he hits that taunt. Even if he hits it, it's maybe a bit risky. It's pretty terrible from Shen. Alright, RF Legendary is playing this passive, interestingly enough. I would expect him to push considering his item choices. Normally in this lane I would be going Doran's Shield, but he decided to go for Doran's Blade, so he should be playing aggressive. One thing to note about this matchup is there's two ways to play it with the skills, abilities, how you level them up. One way is to go max E and do a ton of damage trying to kill the opponent. That's the risky route. And the safe route is to level W 3 times. If you watch Koreans, they do that a lot because it just gives you a very safe laning phase. It's a very stable laning phase as well, and it's very little risk while still being roughly equally strong. Just a little less kill pressure if you're roaming and stuff. Let's see what RF Legendary decides to do once he gets level 4. Because level 4 is when you can see, and that's after this wave. Alright, let's see what he does. Just farming, Shen tries to W, that makes no sense, because you can still last hit creep in that. Oh, that's a big mistake. This is something Kayle players do once in a while. I've done this a lot too. And the problem is that a lot of Kamils farm the E, because sometimes you just can't get the CS unless you use your E, right? So RF Legendary think I'm gonna do the same. But if the enemy champion is around, you're just gonna fly past the minions, and it's absolutely terrible to do. I've done this too. If Shen instantly taunts, he can fuck him potentially. I think Shen should just taunt him right there. So level 4 was level 3, got creep advantage, because these creeps are not going to be hitting the Shen. If Shen had taunted instantly, he would have been on so much damage. And there's no reason why not to taunt there, I think. Siswani shouldn't be topside, and even if she was, she should only be in the double golems. I think it was pretty safe for Shen to taunt. He was just being a bit of a pussy. RF Legendary is still playing it fine after that play. That's the only big mistake he made so far. But you can see that he skilled his E 2 times now, which means he's going for the aggressive plays. He's not going for the W, which is the safe route. Which I would have taken personally. He's going in on Shen. I think that's a bad one. I didn't like that jump at all. See him jumping from here till here and then in on the Shen. It's too slow. If Shen was really good, he could have blocked everything. And he could have done a really sick trade on RF Legendary and actually stumped him, I think. I think Shen should have won this trade really hard. The Shen is far too afraid. And now he taunts away. Like, he just plays so afraid all the time. RF Legendary is being allowed to do whatever he wants and misplaying it. And he's still doing pretty well so far. Surprisingly. Alright, let's see what he decides to do now. He gets a W on, that's good. But he's been wasting so much mana without really doing any damage to Shen. Does he still have his potion left? Let's see. No potion. Pretty healthy though. And our Blender is almost out of mana. You gotta be careful now. Another time where he wastes an ability. Shen just keeps playing the passive route though. I do not like this at all. I would say Shen should be winning this lane, or doing really well at least. He shouldn't be losing it, and not this hard. He's getting absolutely stumped for no reason. And Arflinter is just going in and going in and going in. This is really nice. Very good job. Now, what I want to see is don't greed. Do not greed, please. You're not entirely sure where the jungler is. Just push this in and get out. Let's just cheat here. Kha'Zix, it could have been topside. Look where Kha'Zix is, right? I've legendary. We have no idea what's going on. Push it faster. Push it faster. This is not a play I like at all. It is so risky. There's no point in it, I feel like. Pushing it so slow. You just have smashed it in. He's going back because he sees Kha'Zix now, so I guess that's okay, you know. He's thinking all Kha'Zix is here. He ends up dying. The creeps finishes off Shen. Oh my god. I don't like these kind of plays because they're so risky, right? The thing is that what he could have done is, imagine this. Let's go back, Alright, so look at this. And even get this dive pretty safely, right? Smash it in as fast as possible, kill these creeps, and then you base. Instant base, Just base right there. Shen can't stop you. If Shen goes to stop you, you kill him. Just base here. It's gonna take you about 10 seconds to be back. So around 32, maybe a bit more. Let's say 35. You'll be back in the lane, right? Imagine the Shen now. He's gonna have to clean all these creeps. Just look how long that takes, right? It's 30 now. He will still have to clean all of these. You'd TP your back around 35, 38 latest. Then you'd be able to dive him. Or he'd have to back off the creeps and lose a lot of creeps. Now, you're diving him and you could dive him with full health. Like, you could legit have based on full health and done the exact same thing. Why wait? I mean, why not wait? Doesn't make any sense. It was a very risky play. I did not like it at all. I think there's too high chance of it failing and not being good at all. However, one thing to note is that our legendary actually massively won out of it. Even though I dislike this play heavily, he got a massive advantage because Shen lost so many creeps. And if you look at CS right now, I'm expecting... How much did he lose? He lost at least 10 creeps there. At least. He should be at least 10 CS up. I don't know how the lane went with CS and everything. I couldn't see that. But let's just check. Alright, so if you look at the CS, he is currently 14 up. That's good, right? That's a very good CS advantage. And that brings him into having a Tiamat versus a Barmy Cinder, pretty much. He got boots, he got cloth armor. So pretty much a Tiamat versus Barmy Cinder is 300 gold advantage. If you look, I don't know how much it exactly is. It's a little less than 300, but still good. Very, very good. Now, what's he doing? He's going down, just chilling, putting a ward down. He's safe now. Very safe. He got a ward. He got calm in the top side. He got vision from the mid as well. And he has just running around. He should not be able to die here. He's just gonna farm for now. Alright, keep farming. So the problem here is that, or not necessarily the problem. How this lane is gonna go is he's gonna be pushing all the time because he's gonna go on Shen. I don't like these long jumps. I do believe that he could do that much better if he stands close to the wall. He's doing a good trade though. Shen isn't really doing any damage back for some reason. This Shen is not playing very well. The Shen could be so much better. So many mechanical mistakes from Shen. Alright, Aflander is slow pushing. I like the slow push because pushing fast will just make him end up here. Ending up here is much safer and better overall. There's no reason to do it the other way, so this is good. Baits out the abilities. Now he can actually go on him, but he doesn't really have the help from his team right now. Puts right side on again. Ryze is coming up. This is scary. You know Ryze is coming up. Ryze can ultimate. It's very scary. I'll back off right now. He is backing off as well. It's good. Good reading. I think he walked a bit too close. Could have ended up getting killed if they made a play. But he's good. Kha'Zix nowhere to be seen. Ryze is still looking to go top all the time, but he's somewhat safe. Because he got this one to stop the Ryze. He doesn't have to care about him too much. Only thing he needs to wonder about is the Kha'Zix. Could be around. Right now I just keep Wing spamming. Keep spamming the W all the time whenever you can. Even look for a dive here as they're doing. They're looking for a dive right now. Sifani is coming up. They're definitely going for this one. Let's just run tank, I'd say. Up Kha'Zix down there. You go fight Kha'Zix. You'll win this one. If you go on Kha'Zix, you'll win. Oh, this is not good. You don't want to be on the tower, but you'll still win it, I believe. You should still be winning this one. Kha'Zix is very low. They don't have a taunt. Alright, they can't keep going, but they don't have taunt right now. They can definitely kill these two if they go in on them together, but the Ryze is a dangerous thing. He wakes in, he hits it, Shen gets torn or gets hit by the stun. Shen goes down. It's very nice. Careful, the Ryze could still be coming. You don't know where he is. Ryze is coming indeed. Alright, just keep walking out. This guy might die, most likely not. I don't think anyone's gonna die here, but I don't really know yet. They're pretty strong. Ryze is actually good fighting. Yeah, Ryze goes down. That's the thing, right? Currently in League of Legends, it's very, very hard to fight 2v1. Even in a situation where the two people are so low, you're most likely not gonna win. And that's just about how the meta is right now. You mostly want to outnumber people and beat them with numbers. Obviously, there's certain cases where you can win a 1v2 and those kind of things. But as a general rule of thumb, you always want to have the numbers. Alright, they're finding bottom as well. This is not really important, but maybe he doesn't even have TP. He can't do anything. He could look to roam bottom right now. Shen is definitely TPing down, or Ryze. Ryze TPing down. Shen doesn't even have TP. Never mind, he's not doing anything. If I was out of Legendary now, I would actually consider going bottom straight. Because he knows for a fact, Fire Dragon's up, very good dragon. This is something we know, right? It's a very good dragon. There's a fight happening bottom. He could already been here at the first tower. So if he goes down here, wins the fight, or even goes even, and then gets the Fire Dragon because they have one more person, that'd be great. Even giving up a bit of his top advantage would be nice for it, because he's already so far ahead, right? He's 8.5, 8 and 80% of next level. Where Shen is only, I can't even see Shen right now. Let me open this up. Look at Shen. Shen is only 7 and 40%, 30%. He's so far behind that you can give up a bit of your own lane to go help out the bot lane. Honestly, I think that's what he should have done. We can see if he would have been able to make anything happen. I'm not necessarily sure about that, but potentially. And then would potentially have given a Fire Drake. And also deny the enemy getting the Fire Drake, right? Which they might take, no idea if they do, but they might. See what happens. They ping it, actually. So they want to take it. Right now, Arflin there could have been here. Imagine he was here right now. That's a definite win. This is a win of a team fight. 100%. This guy's starting them off. They can run. Sejuani, super fucking strong. Ultimate, got everything he wants. Yep, he's gonna catch people. Syra doesn't have flash yet, soon. But this is definitely a fight they would get. There's a huge potential for a free dragon and a good team fight. Should have taken it. Massive mistake. Would have been a free kill on these guys, 100%. And it would have been free dragon. And they're even fighting, look, they're even fighting 3 versus 4. Imagine that Arf Legend was down here, coming from the side, wherever. Because Shen could never arrive. He would never be here. They're taking this fight, 3 versus 4. They even win it 3 versus 4, so they don't need Arf Legend there. But the thing is, if you win this fight, you get the Fire Drake, you most likely win the game. So not being here is just opening your team up to losing the Fire Dragon, right? Now, see, he's fine behind the creep or behind the tower. This is good. He knows where the enemy team is. He knows Kha'Zix is dead. He knows Kha'Zix won't be top for another 20 seconds. He's safe. Nothing to worry about. Just fine behind the tower. Taking the camps and so on. This is something that's very, very good. Taking the enemy jungle camps doesn't really help you that much. Because junglers get more XP of the camps and so on. It doesn't give you that much. And you lose a lot of health taking it. However, Arf Legendary is in the position to lose health. Lose some of that. Because you're still going to win the lane. And denying the camp is very important. That's the important part, right? Denying the camp from the enemy jungler helps so much because it fucks the enemy jungler tremendously. You don't necessarily only do it for yourself, you also do it to deny the enemy jungler. And that's where the real key is. That's where the real advantage is in doing that, taking the enemy camp. That's also why taking your own camps can be very bad if you don't know if your enemy or if your jungler needs it. So if you fuck your jungler by taking his camps, it can be very, very bad for him. Alright, he's just gonna keep pushing this. I want to see him push at all times and always have a deep ward. Right now he got a deep ward. He's gonna be pushing all the time. It's good. Might even look to kill Shen with a gank from Sejuani or dive. I would be looking for that at least if I was him. Trying to ping maybe at some point. Keep going in all the time. Don't really like these plays. I really think they're bad. I think this is something he needs to improve on. Because, come on. It is too easy for Shen to react with W. It's too easy. Look at this. Look, just look how slow it is. I'm gonna do slow motion, right? He got 1 second or 1.5 seconds to stop that. 1.5 seconds. That is so much time. If you stand right here, it's so fast, dude. You will not always have time to react. You will have to predict it most of the time. And Arf Legendary will actually be able to hit a lot of damage on Shen if you just stand close to walls. You need to abuse the terrain more. It will give you a tremendous advantage. There's no point not using it. Like, look, it's right there. It's not moving. Just stand here. Just stand right here and do the same thing. It's much better. It will help you so much more. That's something you'll see the different Kayle users, right? Some really good Kayle users are really good at using really long jumps and really short jumps, like the one near walls. They're looking for the dive, they're afraid of the rise. Very good call to back off. Going into the enemy jungle instead, gonna fuck with the rise or the Kha'Zix, or just get vision, you know? They can even dive mid. They have so many possibilities here. As long as they're together, they can do whatever they want. The only difference is that Shen does have ultimate though. He can arrive instantly. And here we see it, him coming. He is coming in. Yep, they don't manage to kill him in time, but still get him because they're not following each other. I think Kha'Zix and Shen could have won this fight if they kept staying together all the time. Definitely could have been much better for them. Anyway. Looking decent, looking decent. It's 1 for 1, 2 people surviving each team. Wasn't necessarily good fighter team, wasn't terrible fighter team, it's just fine. One big thing to note here is then after Legendary moves down, the top lane should be pushing back to him and he should be gaining creeps throughout this entire process. So a 1 for 1 situation is actually a win for him. Now let's see what the creeps actually do, because sometimes they fuck up, sometimes they're being a little bitches. But most of the time it should push back to him in the situation it was in. So we go count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So pretty much even right now, but this is the thing. It's going to push towards him. First of all, it's closer to the blue side. So the creeps are going to be pushing towards the other side if they're even. And also, they have more health and they're killing the casters first. Killing casters is far easier because they're squishier. So killing those are the best. I believe they do roughly the same damage because melees attack so much faster. It's a little less, but killing casters gives you the best advantage in minion pushes. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Currently, he doesn't care about top. He's just going to take mid tower, chill here for as long as possible. If he can't get the tower, he's going to do as much damage as possible, so it's easier to get later on. Getting this tower is very huge, though, if you can, because first tower of the game, mostly if you get the first tower of the game, you will be winning games, so you want to get that. It's super important. Alright, and then he's going to base, and he's going to run back top. He could, if the lane had been opposite, let's say the creeps had fucked up for whatever reason, sometimes it happens. He could have just ran bottom, tried to kill these guys with Sejuani, and get a 5-man play bottom. But because it's pushing back to him, he needs to go top first. And then potentially Shen will run bottom or something, and he's just going to look at that with TP. This TP makes no sense. Alright, so it's going to take him around 27 seconds to get back to lane. Probably like 24 if he uses E all the time. 23 maybe. So let's look at the time. 22, right? So he should be here at 45. If he does it really fast. 45 to 48, something like that. This creep wave was never going to crash under his tower. Shen would have to kill this whole wave as well. And look at Shen. He got a Sunfire Cave. He's not the fastest push in the game. Kayle is way faster than him. Sunfire is decently fast, but it's not the fastest. He would have gotten every single creep, saved his TP, and been able to go TP bottom if Shen goes there or something. You know, Shen does have teleport now. TP advantage for no reason at all. And here's the trigger. Here's the trigger. Here's the worst part about this whole thing. Here's the worst part. I'll go through it again. So, now I'll cheat and look at the map, but this is most likely what's going to happen. Shen's just going to walk top. That's a normal thing to do. He could walk bottom, but he's most likely just walking top. Alright, he is walking top indeed. Now, this is what you have to note. There's 4 creeps that are going to die here before Shen is here. Shen is very far away still. These creeps, most of them would have died as well, which means Shen would have lost a lot of creeps. Now, instead, because Legendary goes up and instantly pushes, he's actually saying, you know what, Shen? Here's some free creeps, I'll give them to you. And he's gifting Shen free CS for no reason at all. Wasting teleport to give the opponent more CS, not a smart move. And as you can see, these 3 he gets first of all, and he gets all of these 6. He would at least have lost 3 of those. So, essentially he's gifting him a full wave for using his TP. Not good, not smart. Now he needs to go in, get deep vision, maybe pressure mid, maybe a kill mid. It's possible, right? He knows that Shen doesn't have ultimate because he used it last time they don't mid. Killing the vision, he's even going into mid. Look, going into mid, he wants to go for play. And he knows Kha'Zix is bottom, so there's a very high chance of a play. But during this entire time walking in here, he could have been looking bottom, been ready with a TP play, but he wasted it. That is very sad. No, it's always hard to see these situations, but watching this replay, it's obvious that was a big mistake, you know. But TP plays aren't always easy, let's be honest. Sometimes they're very difficult to execute. Sometimes you just want to use the TP just to get to lane, or you lazy, or whatever. A lot of reasons can be for it, but it wasn't good. See what he does. He's going to keep pressing his Shen. W him. Oh, he's going at him. He wants to do a lot of damage. It's fine, actually. It's a very good play. Better than the W option, which I wanted to go for. His first, he does the damage, then heals up anyways a bit. And also, Shen didn't have his abilities. See what he does. He keeps playing super aggressive. I like it. Puts a lot of pressure on the Shen. Tries to stop the Shen from CS. You can see actually how the CS is so far. CS advantage is a 60 CS advantage, which is ridiculous. And also, after they have a lot of kills, he keeps going on the Shen every single time he can. I still think he should be standing close to the walls. It would be much better for him, in my opinion. Alright, let's see what happens. Gonna keep pushing, keep pushing. They could look for a dive right now. Look, he even pings right now. I don't know if that was a miss ping or a dive ping, but if Tishwani came up there, they could go for dive. Tishwani's around mid, after in the sister fight around mid. Gonna keep pushing up here. His team should be safe. There's no reason to move down yet. And now he's gonna move into the jungle. Taking the Grom, taking stuff from the jungle. Just overall just getting a bigger and bigger advantage and denying the enemy team all the time. Often one thing people forget to do is League of Legends is a lot about denying things, not so much always about getting things, right? So denying that Grom, denying those CS, making the enemy lose a little bit by a little bit, gets you the item advantages, and once you have item advantage, you're just gonna overpower the enemy and get the kills by that. Alright, right now there's no point going top. He doesn't know TP, but there's nothing he can do top. Next dragon is spawning, it's a cloud dragon. Not the best dragon, still pretty good. He's gonna run straight bottom. Look for play. He's gonna help out. And I think he'll be able to do this. I think they should be able to 3v2. Or 2v3, sorry. Because they're just so much stronger. And you see him just going in, just fucking smashing that Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix can't do anything. Shen is coming in. They missed the Syra stuff. He's actually gonna die now. I don't think they should lose this. I really don't think they should lose this. Let's watch it again. He goes him in instantly. He should instantly ultimate right here, actually. Ultimate right now. You will get him. Ultimate, ultimate, ultimate. He's wasting too much time. He's not ultimating time. It's very, very late ultimate. Syra misses her stuff, I believe. Yep, she missed all her stuff. Didn't really do anything. And that's why it ends up being such a terrible play. But I do think they could have won this one if they executed it properly. They're using all their abilities correctly. Syra even have Ignite still. And with all her damage, it should be able to get that kill, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I do think it was a good try regardless. I would have gone for the same thing. Alright, let's see what he's gonna do next. He is in base currently. We have to just wait a little bit. I will speed up the game. Fight bottom. He does not have TP, so we don't have to care about this. He can't really do anything. The only thing you have to think here is, should he run bottom or top? He sees top as a massive wave. He really wants to get that. So he doesn't have much time to waste bottom. He's mostly gonna run straight top. Not thinking about anything else. Just get this wave. A lot of creeps. And that really does. Here's a small mistake. A lot of people don't know about this. I think this is a mistake at least. He can slow push this. There's no reason to fast push it because he doesn't gain anything. And by fast pushing it, he's just putting himself in a position where he's going to be here. If he slow pushed, he could have been around here, safely, and pushed next wave into the tower. Now, however, he can't push the next wave because he's too scared to do so. Goes into the jungle to help the Karma out, that's fine. Fights a little bit here and there, does damage. His teammate is coming, Tishwani is coming. They can win this one with Tishwani. Tishwani is super strong at this point in the game. Not sure if he's fed, but the champion itself is just super strong, especially because Camilla's fed. And then Tishwani comes in with the CS that they need. Gets the first kill, will probably get the second kill as well. See what happens, he jumps in, splashes for the kill. I think that might have been a waste because Karma kind of had him locked down, but nonetheless they get the kill. And honestly, a flash is not that important to save. If you get that kill, you get a tower. Maybe get 2 towers, probably not, but you might. And that's worth the flash regardless. Just making sure you get the kill, I think it's okay. But you might have been able to get it regardless. So it might have been a waste. Alright, he gets the tower. Next one, as I said, he probably will. And they're actually dominating the game right now. He's going to back off. They don't need to get the inhibitor. They can't get the inhibitor anyways. Greeting for this is bad. Karma standing around is bad. Because basically at this point, the game is won. You play it out properly, you will win. Standing around here, set you up for getting arrowed. Set you up for something. Maybe he knows arrows on cooldown, maybe he doesn't. It's pretty short. It's like 15 seconds, 20 seconds? 20 seconds something. He probably didn't know that arrow was on cooldown, let's be honest, because he didn't fight the Ashe. If he got arrowed, killed, whatever, there's no point. He's just not getting anything, right? And him standing around, what did he get out of it? Not kills, nothing. It's just a waste. If you want to stand around, you need to hide with your entire team somewhere and do something together. Don't be a hero and do it alone, because you will only set yourself up for getting killed. He's gonna deny creeps again. Look, at this point, I don't even think he wanted those creeps, did he? Maybe he needed the gold, let's see. 2,300 gold. I don't think he really gave a shit. What did he buy? He's gonna have spare gold. Okay, he gets a pickaxe, but like, that's not the end of the world. He would have been fine without them. But it's mostly about denying that CS, denying that XP. It's so much XP for the junglers. As you can also see right now, right? IF Legendary have denied a lot of the top camps throughout this game. A lot of them. And I'm not saying that's the only reason, but that's definitely a reason why Kha'Zix is only level 9 to this is Swani's level 11. He's almost level 12, Kha'Zix probably almost level 10, let's see. Yeah, Kha'Zix is very close to 10, but it's 2 levels almost. That's a huge advantage. And IF Legendary is helping do that just by denying those CS in the jungle. Or monsters, whatever you want to call them. Alright, goes bottom, pushes. It's good to be bottom because Baron is up. You have teleport, you always want to swap the map around Baron times. The only reason I wouldn't do this is if Dragon was coming up soon and you knew the enemy team can't do Baron anyways. Then you might as well be topside and focus on Dragon, right? This team probably can't do Baron, but you can do Baron, so this is still a good option because you want to be bottom if you're going to start that Baron up. You can keep pushing. Again, this is something I just see a lot of the time, and I think it's a massive mistake. Right? Why do you push so fast? Why are you pushing this fast? You don't need to. If you had waited with killing these creeps for another 5 seconds, maybe 8, you'd have had the creep wave here. It's so safe to be here. You won't get ganked. This position they can't gank you from, right? Now look what happens. You're standing behind this bush now. You don't know nothing. They have a jumping plant here. Maybe it's not up, maybe it's up. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be up. But if they come here right now, they jump over the wall or something. They have jumps. Get behind you somewhere. Here even just walk straight up. Go behind the bush. Bam. There's a very high kill potential. You don't need to give them that kill potential. You just don't need to. You'd have done the exact same play. Everything the same. While keeping yourself safe. Keeping in for the fight. That's good. He gets the Ryze. Ryze can't do anything. Ryze is dead already. Bam. Gotta look at the next fight. Up here. Guy. Up here guy. You don't need to chase Kha'Zix. Go for the Ashe. If you get the Ashe, you win the game anyway, so fuck the Kha'Zix. Let him live. Who cares? Just aim for the ending. Get inhib, get mid towers, I'll go. You can do Baron as well, it doesn't matter, right? Doesn't really matter what you do. I've just gone for mid, inhib as well. 2 inhibs with a 1 use game. Getting Baron. I wouldn't do this because Kha'Zix is live. You don't need to. This is basically setting yourself up for failure again, because realistically, how are you going to lose this game? Are you going to lose this game if you get 2 inhibs? No, never. Are you gonna lose this game if you don't get the inhib and you don't get Baron? No, you just basically just go mid anyways. You will win. So the only way you lose this game is if they steal Baron. Is the chance of him stealing Baron high? No, but it's higher than losing the game other ways. So why take the risk? You know what I'm saying? He could have been this bush, flash, jump, whatever. Like there's ways to get in. You know, it doesn't have flash, but run in, ultimate, jump. There's ways to get in. It's a risk. I wouldn't take it. But at the end of the day, it's not the biggest risk, right? It's a tiny risk. I just would prefer to take the 0 risk option. I see he's gonna go. He can group or split push. Honestly, it doesn't matter what he does at this point. They're so far ahead. I'll probably group just for the safety of it, because your team might fuck up and you win if you group. If you split, the better option. Splitting is the better option. But it's solo key, dude. Don't ever trust your fucking team. Trust me. Don't trust them if you don't need to. You will win regardless by grouping. Just go for it. Because it's so safe, dude. You can't lose. If you do this, you can't lose. Just group, take the tower. Nothing can stop you. As you see, they just power through. Gets the Ryze. Gets the Shen. Gets the Ashe. Everybody's going down. And he doesn't really have to do anything. This is kind of risky, but it doesn't matter because he's so dead. Gets the Ryze as well. He's dead. The ending. Very good game. I think it was good. The only thing I noticed was he used his E very far distance all the time. I don't like that. And then he wasted his TP once, and his creep management, wave management, could be better. All of those things were not up to par. I think all of those things could have been better. I don't know what happened, but regardless, doesn't matter. Victory. GG well played. I think it's a good game. Also, tell me, guys, on YouTube, what do you guys think of me doing a series like this, where I focus on pro players, famous players, or just players in solo queue, and watch a game and commentate on it? I'm thinking of doing this every Monday. And then other days I have other things planned. But give a comment, tell me what you think, and like the video.